Здравствуйте. Hello and welcome to the Russian language classroom. Before moving on to the topics that we are going to learn today, let us quickly revise some of the topics that we have learned in the last lesson. If you remember, we have done the cardinal numbers from 21 up to 100. So, let us quickly revise the cardinal numbers from 21 to 100. So, I have written here some of the numbers here, and please tell me how do we say these numbers in Russian. The first one is 34. So, how do we say 34 in Russian? 30 is 30, and 4 is 4. So, how will you say 34? 34. The next is 51. So, how do we say 51? 50 is 50, and 1 is 1. The next one is 46. So, how do we say 40 in Russian? It is 40, and 6 is 6. The next is 106. So, how do we say 106? 100 is 100 and 6 is 6. 106. The next one we have is 121. So, how do we say 121? 100 is 100, 20 is 20, and 1 is 1. 121. So, let us repeat them once again. 34, 51, 46, 106, 121. In the last lesson, we had also done the imperative mood of verbs. So, how do we form the imperative mood of the verbs? For this purpose, I have written here 3 verbs. Panimat. So, how do we form the imperative mood form of panimat? And as we have already discussed that there are 2 forms of imperative mood in Russian. The first one is informal and the other one is formal. So, how do we form the informal form of imperative mood from panimat? And how do we form imperative mood? Imperative mood is derived from any form of a verb. So, before forming the imperative mood, you have to remember the conjugation of that particular verb. So, panimat, ani, panimayut. It is a first conjugation or ye conjugation verb like chitach, ani, panimayut. And the next thing that you have to remember is the stem. Here the stem is panima, and panima ends with a vowel. So, if the stem ends with a vowel, then we add e kratke to the stem and we get the informal imperative mood form of the verb. So, panimat, panimai, and the formal by adding ta and ye in the informal form, panimaiche. So, panimat, panimai, and panimaiche. So, this is the informal mood, informal imperative mood, and this one is the formal imperative mood. The next verb we have is zhit. Zhit, how do we conjugate zhit? And you have to remember the ani form, the third person plural number form. So, ani zhivut. And one more thing, zhit has a stem zhiv. It ends with a consonant which is v here. So, if the verb, the stem of the verb ends with a consonant and the first person singular form which is ya has the stressed ending. For example, ya zhivu. So, here u is stressed. So, in that case we add e to the stem and we get the informal imperative mood. So, zhit, zhivi, and zhiviche. The formal one will be zhiviche. So, while forming the imperative mood, we have to also remember that if a verb or if the stem of the verb ends with a consonant like gatovich, gatovich the stem is gatov, and if the ending is not stressed, then we use a soft sign to form its imperative mood. So, here gatov, gatov is the imperative mood which is in formal form, and gatovche, gatovche is the formal or polite form of gatovich. So, these are the three rules we have to remember while forming the imperative mood of a verb. So, let us repeat them once again. Panimach, which means to understand, panimai and panimaiche, this is informal, formal, žít, to live, živí and živíče, gatovich, to prepare, gatov и gatovche. So, now we will move on to the topics that we are going to learn today. The first topic that we are going to learn today is the nouns with adjective endings. So, in Russian there are certain nouns which have the ending of an adjective and they function as adjectives. That means, so whenever we are going to make some changes in those nouns, we will do the changes as we do with the adjectives. So, let us have a look at these nouns. So, I have written masculine, feminine and neuter. So, these nouns can be masculine, feminine or neuter. The first noun I have written is Ruski. Ruski, as you know, it is an adjective also and it means Russian. For example, on Ruski means he is a Russian. That means he is a Russian national. Rabochi. Rabochi has been derived from the verb rabotach. Rabotach is to work and rabochi will mean worker. Uchioni. Uchioni is scientist. Dejurny. Dejurny, a person on duty. So, Ruski, Rabochi, Uchioni and Dejurny, these are some of the masculine nouns which have the adjective endings or the ending of an adjective. For example, Ruski has ene kratke, Rabochi again has ene kratke, Uchioni again ene kratke and Dejurny ene kratke. So, let us move on to the feminine nouns with the ending of an adjective. Ruskaya. So, we have done Ruski, we have learnt Ruski is Russian, a Russian man. What will Ruskaya mean? Ruskaya is Russian woman. Ana Ruskaya, she is a Russian girl or woman. Parikmakhirskaya. Parikmakhirskaya. Parikmakhirskaya is saloon, where you get your haircut. Parikmakhirskaya. The next feminine noun which has the ending of an adjective is Stalovaya. Stalovaya is mess or canteen. Stalovaya. The next is Vannaya. Vannaya is bathroom. The next is Zapitaya. Zapitaya is a comma. So, Ruskaya, Parikmakhirskaya, Stalovaya, Vannaya, Zapitaya, these are some of the feminine nouns which have the ending of an adjective. See, Stalovaya can be used with Stalovaya Komnata, a place where you get your food. Vannaya Komnata, where you bathe, the room where you bathe. The same way we have some neuter nouns also which have the ending of an adjective like Marozhinaye. Marozhinaye. Marozhinaye is ice cream. And the second neuter noun that I have written here is Pirozhnaye. Marozhinaye and Pirozhnaye. Pirozhnaye is pastry. So, these are some of the nouns which have the ending of an adjective, or whenever we are supposed to change the endings or whenever we are supposed to decline these nouns, in the cases we will follow the rules that we follow for adjectives. Next topic we have is the adjectives in the prepositional case. So far we have learnt that how do we change, how do we decline the form of a noun when it is used in the prepositional case. Now we will see what happens when we use adjectives in the prepositional case. As we have already discussed that adjectives agree with the noun in number, gender and case. So, let us see what happens when they are used in the prepositional case. So, let us start with the masculine form of adjectives. I have written here the nominative case forms of the adjectives and the prepositional case form of the adjectives. So, the first adjective I have written here is krasivi. Krasivi is beautiful. Krasivi is in the nominative case which answers the interrogative word kakoi. So, when the question is kakoi, we will use krasivi. Eta kakoi dom, eta krasivi dom. So, what happens when we use krasivi in the prepositional case? So, the question is a kakom. A kakom stands for masculine adjective form. So, krasivi becomes krasivam. So, what we have done is we have replaced this I and I kratke, which is the nominative case ending of an adjective, masculine adjective, with O and M. So, krasivi has become krasivam, akrasivam. The next adjective we have is balshoi. What is balshoi? Balshoi is big. So, what happens when balshoi is used in the prepositional case? Balshoi becomes again balshom. So, we have replaced O in I kratke, which is the adjective ending, with O and M, which is the prepositional case ending of a masculine adjective. So, balshoi, balshom. The next adjective we have is malinki. Malinki has E and I kratke ending. So, what happens when malinki as an adjective is used in the prepositional case? Malinki becomes malinkam. So, again we are using om by replacing E and I kratke. Malinki, malinkam, and malinki is small. The next adjective, which is a soft ending, na E and I kratke, sini. Sini is blue or navy blue. So, what happens when sini is used in the prepositional case? It becomes sinim, sinim. So, here since it is a soft ending adjective, we are not using om, we are using yem, ye and m. So, E and I kratke in a soft ending adjective is replaced with ye and m. So, these are the two endings which is used in the prepositional case of masculine adjectives. So, krasivi, krasivam, balshoi, balshom, malinki, malinkam, sini, sinim. Now, let us see how do feminine forms of adjectives decline in the prepositional case. So, I have again written the same thing, nominative case form of the feminine adjective and the prepositional case form of the feminine adjectives. The question would be kakaya in the nominative case and a kakoi in the prepositional case. A is only for reference here. So, the first adjective is krasivaya. We know that it means beautiful. So, how do we change the form of krasivaya in the prepositional case, or how does this adjective decline in the prepositional case? Krasivaya, which has ending a and ya, feminine ending, changes to o and I kratke, krasivai, krasivaya, krasivai. The next adjective we have is balshaya. Balshaya, big. In the prepositional case, it will change to balshoi. So, here again aya changes to O and E kraat ke. Balshaya, balshoi. The third adjective we have is Malinkaya. Malinkaya, small. Malinkaya has again A and Ya ending. So what happens with Malinkaya in the prepositional case? It changes to Malinkai. So again we have O and E kraat ke ending. So Aya here replaced with O and E kraat ke. So Malinkaya, Malinkai. The next one or the last adjective, feminine adjective we have is Senior. Senior has a soft ending, na, ya and ya. So what happens with soft ending feminine adjectives in the prepositional case? So this yaya is replaced with ye and e kraat ke. So senior, seniai. So krasivaya, krasivai, o e kraat ke. Balshaya, balshoi, o e kraat ke. Malinkaya, aya changes to o e kraat ke, malinkai, and sinaya, siniyai, ye and e kraat ke. So if the adjective is hard ending, then we use o e kraat ke, and if it has a soft ending, we use ye and e kraat ke. So these are the two endings we use with the feminine form of adjectives in the prepositional case. So now let us see what changes do we make with the neuter gender adjectives in the prepositional case. The question in the nominative case is kakoe. So when the question is kakoe, we use the nominative case of adjectives, and in prepositional case the adjectives answers the question a kakom. So it is similar to the masculine gender of the adjectives. So we have used kakom in the masculine gender adjectives also. So let us see the first one. The first adjective we have is krasivaya, beautiful. Krasivaya changes to krasivam. So as you can see, this oa has been replaced with om, and this ending is exactly similar to the masculine ending of prepositional case adjective. Akrasivam. Balshoe, the second adjective we have is balshoe, which answers the questions kakoe. Balshoe, balshom. So again oa has been replaced with om. Balshoe, balshom, abalshom. The third adjective we have is malinkai. Malinkai is small. And how do we change malinkai in the prepositional case? We replace this oa, which is the adjective ending, with om. Malinkai, malinkam. So in the prepositional case, malinkai changes into malinkam. The next adjective we have is senior. Senior has a soft ending. So what happens with the soft ending adjectives in the prepositional case? This ye changes into yem. Sine, sinem. So this is how we make changes, or how the adjectives decline in the prepositional case, singular number. So we have only done the singular adjectives in the prepositional case, and this is the changes that we do with the adjectives in the prepositional case. Now let us do some examples. So we have seen the rules, how do adjectives decline in the prepositional case. Now let us do some examples. So I have written some question answers, and you will see the use of the adjectives in the prepositional case. So let us take the first question. В каком доме живет ваш друг? В каком доме живет ваш друг? You already know all these words. Ваш друг, your friend. Живет, lives. Дом is house. So which house your friend lives in? Мой друг живьот в красивом доме. Мой друг живьет в красивом доме. So красивый has become красивом. Why? Because the question is каком, which requires the adjective in the prepositional case, and this krasivi qualifies the noun in the prepositional case. So the adjective also needs to be changed into the form of prepositional case. So в каком доме живет ваш друг? Мой друг живет в красивом доме. Красивом is the masculine adjective in the prepositional case. The next question is в какой сумке есть ключ? В какой сумке есть ключ? Ключ is key. Sumka you already know is bag. In which bag or which bag the key is in, or which bag has the key? So here the question is kakoi. Why? Because sumka is a feminine gender noun. So when we answer kakoi here, we will use a feminine adjective in the answer. So how do we answer this question? В новой сумке есть ключ. В новой сумке есть ключ. The key is in the new bag. Новый is new. В новой сумке есть ключ. The key is in the new bag. The next question is на каком окне стоит ваза? На каком окне стоит ваза? Ваза you already know. Ваза is flower vase. На каком окне? Окно is window. Стоит. Стоит to stand. So where the flower vase is standing? On which window the flower vase is there? So flower vase is there on which window? So how will you answer this question? We'll again use an adjective, neuter gender form of the adjective. Ваза стоит на синем окне. So here I am using the neuter gender adjective in the prepositional case. So на синем окне. Окно is a neuter gender noun, that is why we are using neuter gender form of the adjective sini, which is sine, and in prepositional case it becomes sinem. So let's repeat them once again. В каком доме живет ваш друг? Мой друг живет в красивом доме. В какой сумке есть ключ? В новой сумке есть ключ. На каком окне стоит ваза? Ваза стоит на синем окне. So this is how we change the adjectives in the prepositional case. So we have done only the singular adjectives in this part of the lesson. The plural adjectives we will do maybe in the next lesson or later on. The next topic we are going to learn today is the possessive pronouns in the prepositional case. So basically this is a continuation of our topic prepositional case. So what changes do we do with the possessive pronouns in the prepositional case? Let us see. Let us find out how do we change the forms of the possessive pronouns in the prepositional case. See, I have written here the nominative case forms of the possessive pronouns first, and then I have written their prepositional counterparts or equivalents. The first possessive pronoun is moi. Moi is my. Твои, yours, наш, ours, ваш, yours. So these are the possessive pronouns in the nominative case, and they answer the questions чьи in masculine, чья in feminine, and чье in neuter. The feminine forms of the possessive pronouns are maya, твоя, наша, and ваша. The neuter gender forms of the possessive pronouns are мое, твое, наше, and ваше. So what happens when these possessive pronouns are used in the prepositional case. So, let us find out the interrogative word that is used to denote these possessive pronouns. So, how do we ask a question? For masculine possessive pronouns, the question is chiom. For feminine, it is chiei, and for neuter, it is chiom. So, for masculine and neuter, the forms are same. So, now let us see the changes. So, the masculine forms moi, tuoi, nash and vash, they change into mayom from moi, tuayom from tuoi, nasham from nash and vasham from vash. Now, the feminine forms of the possessive pronouns maya, tvaya, nasha and vasha, they change into mayei. So, maya changes into mayei, tvaya, tvayei, nasha, nashyei, vasha, vashyei. Maya, mayei, tvaya, tvayei, nasha, nashyei, vasha, vashyei. Let us see the neuter gender forms of the possessive pronouns mayo, tvayo, nashe and vashe. They change into mayom, tvayom, nasham and vasham. As you can see, I have not written evo, eo and ich here. Evo is his, eo her and ich is theirs. So, these are also possessive pronouns, but let me tell you that these possessive pronouns do not change their forms in the prepositional case. So, this is how we make the changes into the possessive pronouns in the prepositional case. So, with this topic we conclude our lesson here. So, what all we have learned today? We have learnt the nouns with adjective endings, we have learnt the prepositional case, how do we change the adjectives, the singular adjectives in the prepositional case and possessive pronouns in the prepositional case. So, this is all we have for today. We will meet in the next class. Spasiba, do svidaniya.